One of the problems indie reviewers have is you buy yourself. There's no one else reviewing the game for you. You have to play the game, you have to review the game, you have to edit the videos, you have to do everything. You have to do all the emails, everything. It takes up a huge amount. It's like 70 to 80 hours a week. And a lot of that just to get 2 or 3 reviews out. And one of the biggest problems you have is what games to review. Now, in order to find what the best games to review are, you have to play them, which is why for every 3 reviews I get out, I've played about 6 or 7 games. Some of them I even play 3 or 4 hours and then ditch it and move on to something else if it's just not worthy to be on the channel, for reasons are that it's not bad enough, or it's just not good enough, or it's just a bit, middle of the road that I don't think anyone's really going to be interested in. Because at the end of the day, my job is to get you some really good games to play. That's what I try to do. I want to find them hidden gems in the indie world, as well as covering the AAAs and as many of the AA games as possible. Obviously, if a game is hyped to shit and it's £50 and it's a load of dog crap, then I'm going to review it because I want to warn people just what they're actually going to get if they part with their money. But until you play it, you don't know what you're going to get. And so, this morning I got up and I did my usual rounds on emails and stuff like that. And then I decided on what game I was going to have a go at today. There was no big games out. I have missed a few AA's, which I'm going to go back and do. But today I just thought I'd have a look at the indie world. And I pulled a game called Townsman, A Kingdom Rebuilt. It's a city builder, looking a lot like Settlers, plays a lot like Settlers as well. So I thought, hey, I'll give this a go. Now, I've played this for 8 hours today. That's what I've done all day today. And then I kind of decided that it wasn't really worthy of a normal worth a buy review. I would have had to play it for about another 8 hours to get further into the game to give it a proper review, and I didn't think the game was worthy of doing that. So normally under them circumstances I'd just ditch it and move on to something else, which is exactly what I was planning on doing. And then I thought, well, but what a waste of 8 hours. So what I've decided to do with these games now that I only play a few hours is to do a mini review. I always disclose how long I've played games for because it's important. I'm not one of these reviewers who pretends to have finished a game when I haven't, unlike some people that I could name. The clue's always in the footage anyway. You can tell whether people have finished a game or not, because if they show nothing from mid to end game, you can tell they haven't finished it. They're just liars. But anyway, I've done 8 hours in Townsman, A Kingdom Rebuilt. I've restarted numerous times, and I am going to give a mini review on that. Now, I'm going to try and get these reviews out in under 5 minutes if possible. They won't have the big scoring system at the end. It'll just be a simple thumb up or thumb down. Obviously, this video that I'm doing now is going to be longer than 5 minutes because I've been explaining what the whole thing is that I'm going to do. But in future you might get some mini reviews on the channel, and these will be games that I intended to play a lot longer and do a full review, but for whatever reason it didn't merit it. Anyway, let's get on with it. This is a £17 game. It's a little city builder in the same kind of style as the Settlers. You can play this in up to 1440p. It has a few graphical settings, full rebinds of your keys. It has a very long boring tutorial. It has numerous scenarios where it's like preset conditions, and it also has an endless mode. So there's plenty of content in this, and there needs to be for £17, to be honest with you. It plays the same as like Settlers. You've got your big castle keep thing, and what you have to do is you have to build a thriving city. Now that means feeding a population, keeping the population happy and keeping them safe. Now you do this by building the usual array of buildings, such as a woodcutter, a stone mine, a farm. You have to have crops such as wheat going, when the wheat will go to the windmill, and the flour that the windmill produces goes to the baker. He makes the bread. You have a mine turfing out gold, silver and stone. Stone's obviously to build the buildings. Then you have the gold to make jewellery and things like that. You also have the iron to smelt into weapons and armour. So you get the idea. The building, they go on much further than that. You've got taverns and that to keep people happy. You've got built houses to populate your people. You can build bigger houses to get more populace coming in. But also you get little quests, little random quests will pop up where somebody wants you to deliver a certain amount of a certain good by a certain time, and you will get some XP which will level you up, which will allow you to research bigger and better things for your city. So on paper, it's a nice little set of ingredients really for a really good game. The problem that I've found with this game is I found it boring. There was no big armies attacking and burning down me houses or anything like that. What happens is you get raided by bandits, and it's kind of just shit, really. You have just bandits coming in, they'll steal things from certain buildings or from your big storehouse. You build a few towers, they'll be equipped by a couple of guys, they'll try and intercept one guy on one guy, and that'll be it. There's no big battles like you had in like Settlers 3 or Settlers 4 or anything like that. It's all just kind of boring, to be honest. In fact, for me, playing the game, the bandits became so much of a bore that if I ever do play this game again, I'm going to turn the bandits off, because you can. Because it just became an annoyance, really. It was just a pointless annoyance. And for me, I'd rather just sit back, build a really nice looking city, put some big walls around the place, have it fully self-sufficient, and just do it like that without the annoyance of the bandits, because they don't really bring much to the table other than just annoyance. There's plenty of depth in the game as far as the actual chains are, and you're fighting against starvation, the elements, the seasons as well, which is really cool. You start off in the spring, then it goes through to the summer, then you've got the autumn, and then you've got the winter. You can only grow certain crops at certain times of the year, so you have to stock up for winter and things like that. And it's nice against the elements. You can have fires breaking out, there's natural disasters, you have thunder and lightning, and things can get struck by lightning. So there's a lot going on in this game, but there's a big problem with it. It's £17. It's a kind of it's a £10 game. This, it doesn't bring enough to the table to merit £17 for me, but it is a decent game if you like a little city builder. But I'm gonna thumb this down because it's kind of like an average city builder, and there's that many of them out there now. A lot of them quite a bit cheaper than this that play a lot better. I'm going to review one very soon, actually, that is a lot cheaper than this and a lot better than this. So keep an eye out for that. It's a bit of a shame. It could have been a lot better, but it just feels like it got off to a really good start, and then the developers kind of just maybe lost their way with it a bit. But if you're a huge city builder fan and you like the look of this, then, you know, it might be worth picking up. But for me, it's just not enough. It's just not enough.